Good evening, and my last one tonight, Darren Jo Watson. Ooh, remember Ninja Warriors, everybody? He was on Ninja Warriors. What a laugh that was when he was on Ninja Warriors. So funny, it's unbelievable. So we're waiting for Darren for a minute. Um, so he should be coming on in any moment now. Bit of a comedian guy. We haven't had him on for a while. But yeah, so we're just waiting for him. And these guests are always late. These guests, but it's one of those things. The last time I had him was 7 months ago. I see. So there you go. Gosh, and so we're just waiting for him to come on. We're just waiting. Ella Marie, how are you? Ella Maria, how are you? Oh, okay. Hello.
Aha! Aha! How are we doing?
How are you?
All right, all right. I'm keeping well.
7 months ago, the last time I saw you.
You're joking?
Yeah.
Bloody hell, God, how time passes. It only feels like yesterday, Steve.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it. Hey, I'll tell you
Yeah.
what you been up to?
Well, to be honest, I've just signed up to an act. Well, I've got a first taster of an acting class this Friday. So he only does them Monday to Friday. So I'm going to go down Friday night to Manchester. David Johnson's he's called. But last time I did drama was when I was about 13. So we'll give it a go. Nothing to lose, is there?
So I hear that you might be going back to Ninja Warriors. Is that any
Well, I'd like to, but they're saying it's finished right now. They're saying they're not going to make another series.
Oh no! I love.
But I'll just film. Well, I filmed something else instead. I filmed something from the tools. I can't say what it is, but you'll be seeing it in the next few weeks. You know, a bit of comedy plumbing.
All right.
Yeah, so you'll have to look out for that one.
So what was it then?
Well, to be honest, it's I can't really say too much because we have to sign a disclaimer. But it's from the tools, and you'll see me cracking a few jokes. That's all I can say. But I don't know how it's going to be edited because you never know how things are going to go. Like Ninja Warrior, when I did that, I didn't think they'd make me look terrible at judo because I've got a black belt in judo. I said, I think I'll do quite well on this. I've got a black belt in judo. I said, as Cheshire and Manchester brown belt champion, I've trained with internationals. And what they did instead, they just took me. I said, I think I'll do quite well on this. And all I was doing was throw for throw. And they showed me getting wallops to the floor. So when I said, I think I'll do quite well on this, and all I was doing was throw for throw. We weren't fighting. So they edited it. Then I got wallops to the floor. And then he had me say, get off, you're hurting me, please stop. I never said that, but it come across quite well because I was like an underdog and I got quite far. But I weren't on that for being fit. I was on it for being a bit of a character, like in a casting, I was cracking loads of jokes. So, yeah.
Anyway, the last time you came on, I didn't have my radio then, but we've got my radio now, and we've got quite a lot of people on the radio now. So
you're expanding.
Oh yeah, we just expanded. It's like it's like expanding, So
wow, yeah.
Anyway, what I want to do, I want to kind of like, because people are saying, "Who's this guy?" I'm getting that already. So let's have a look. See who you are. Hang on.
Yeah, hey, my little niece. Every time I see her, she always does that. Hey, so that's the rate. There we go. Lakes and general just upkeep of properties. Not a lot of happens here. I've done Thai boxing. Not a lot of strikes to me. I'm always joking. So I just thought a few years ago I might as well take up stand-up comedy. Nobody ever laughs. I just took up yoga. The instructor said, "Darren, how flexible are you?" I said, "I can't do Tuesdays." I don't know. I said, "You're up tap dancing." I kept falling in the same. Darren's kept himself off that last step and go. How to get it on the steps right, Kenny? You need to get above those knots, swing, and then grab with the feet. Oh, don't think he's... Oh, no. Oh, he's making hard work for this as well, Kenny. Oh, he's got it in the end. And we've seen before, being low isn't a problem. There you are. When you get to the end of the ladder, after every other swing, you can tell he's taking it out. Predictions on the coin, Vic. He's in the water, but no going good. Classic Kenny prediction now. Well, Dan's been done with all expectations to get this far. I'm not sure he's going any further. He's selecting those eyes. You need to. Is it time for what's on to what's off? Commentary, my dear Watson. I tell you what, though, Ben. Entertainment value, 9 out of 10. Entertainment value 9 out of 10, he said, eh?
That's quite good, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, like I say, I weren't there for being fit. I was there for bit, but surprisingly, I got further than most. My mate said I probably was in the top 10%. My mates who were watching it in the audience. But I've had some workmates going, "Oh, you fell in the water." It's like 50% of people fail on the first obstacle, on the steps.
Yeah.
So it's harder than you think. But I just thought more than.
Sorry. Do you get any rehearsal time, do you?
No. What they do is they just walk you alongside it and just say, "This is the course. Here's a course. Just decide how you're going to run it. You get one attempt each." That's why they have 180 people to take part. So they just can pick the content from whoever. And they have people trying to stand out, dressing in uniforms. They have like athletes who come back and win every year, or get in like the top 10, and get to the final, So they have like repeat people who come on. But some people on my episode were really wound up that they fell in straight away or they fell in on the third or fourth obstacle. I said, I just look at it that I'm happy to be here. I said, and I'm just enjoying the day. And I think it showed that when I was running it, I was just enjoying myself. I was happy and I was getting the crowd on side. So they were cheering. Everybody was on my side. The mate said, "I'm not being funny, Darren, but of the 45 people, you got the most cheers on the day. Everybody was with you." But I thought, well, I want them with us, So the mate said to me, if you're going to run the course, just enjoying a moment. And I said, well, that's what I intend to do. And that's what I did. It's like when I was on the last step, I got everybody on side. I did a countdown. I went 3, 2. There's all cheering, doing 3, 2, all doing a countdown with us. Then I'm back and forth. And then I landed on the crash mat. But then I thought, well, then I just went, paused a second and went, "Yay!" And everybody went, "Yay!" So everybody was on side. But a lot of people didn't do that. A lot of people just had the blinkers on. I think they were nervous of the audience and were just thinking about doing the course. But I just wanted everybody on side with us and everybody to enjoy it because they're there to have a good day, aren't they? And That's the whole point, to make sure we all have fun together, and that's what I try and do with cracking jokes. Try and cheer people up. Yeah.
Did you ever did you wait for a long time before it was your go?
Well, yeah, I think I was the 15th person on, because I remember the third obstacle, only 2 people had made it past. So the 2 people. So I think 12 fell in the water before there. So I thought, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get across these coins if only 2. And we're talking proper fit people. We had people in the army. We had fitness instructors. One fitness instructor fell on like the second step. He was kicking himself. But he said, I'm not a fitness instructor. I'm a well-being coach, he was saying. And he was getting all wound up if anybody called him a fitness instructor. So he was getting really wound up at all, you know. Yeah, well, I was just cracking jokes backstage to them all. I said I had a nickname at school, Mr. Compromise. I said it wasn't my first choice, but I can live with it. There was a chicken telling jokes as well in the changing rooms. Yeah, it was a comedian hen. Yeah, but that's what's getting us on the shows, I think, the little one-liners.
Listen, I've known you quite a while now, and I'm glad I did, because you always cheer me up. And the trouble is, when you put jokes on Facebook, I always nick them and put them on my Facebook.
Well, that's why they're there to spread the joy, aren't they? So if you can spread the joy as well, that's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than miserable people, though. Like, there's one bloke at work, every time I see him, he goes, oh, it's you with the rubbish jokes. So I said, well, what are you doing? What have you done? They can't answer me, so I'd rather be cheerful than and try and cheer people up. And I've done a mental health well-being course as well, so I do know where to stand with people who are suffering with depression and people who are having a bad time. So like some of my friends have had depression, so I try and help them and stuff. So I believe in karma as well. If you try and do the right things, that's the main thing. If you try and cheer people up, I always think that could be me in that position one day. So I try and cheer people up. It's like the acting coach. I'm going to go on an acting course, a sampler this Friday. David Johnson course he's going to run. He was saying you know a lot of jokes. He said he's looking forward to meeting us. So see how that goes. I'll try my hands at the arts. Yeah, acting. Yeah.
Do you have to pay for that, or do they?
Well, it's going. The first one's free, and after that, it's £45 for every 2 classes. But we have 2 classes, which 2 classes a month. So, but the thing is, I do stand-up comedy, and I keep forgetting my own lines. But the good thing is, though, when I get hecklers, I know loads of one-liners to return. Like, I was doing a gig a bit ago, and he had a compere, and he goes, I am French. My name's Claude. I have a French cat. And he goes, here's marmalade. And he went, it was off his head, but it was funny. So then when I come on, I said, I was teaching Marmalade, the French cat, how to speak English. I said, Marmalade looked at me and went, me? How? Meow, me, how? And I went, why are cats rubbish at dancing? And everybody went, don't know. I went, they've got 2 left feet. And I said, right, I'll start my set now. And then these girls went, proper joke, man, instead of a storyteller going nowhere, because a lot of acts died that night. I've had good gigs where I've really done well, and I've had gigs where I've failed, and it's been silent. So I'm thinking it's different material for different crowds, but this was one of the better ones. So I said, hold on, girls, what do you do for a job? I said, we're all nurses on a nurses' night out. So I said, oh, nurses? I said, that reminds me, I was in hospital the other week. I said, there was playing music. I said, it was hip-hop. Hip-hop. Then I said, why do nurses carry red pens? I said, I don't know. I said, I've heard it's in case you need to draw blood. So I had them laughing. So I had a good start. So I had them on side before I started. But one comedian was dying and he tried picking on me. He went, he's probably single, Darren, because he's bald. He went, is that right? And I was just sat there keeping my mouth shut. So I said, well, actually, it is, yeah. I said, he had a date lined up and she cancelled when I said I'm thinning. So I said, hair loss, hair loss.
Yeah.
And everybody burst out laughing. And he went, you've had your 5 minutes. I'm on, not you. You need to shut it. So I said, hold on, you've asked me a question. I'm sat here quiet. And he was dying, he was. He said, okay, clever clogs. He said, I'm going to ask you another joke about hair. I bet you can't tell another joke about hair. He said, I've got him here, everyone. Let's see him get out of this one. So I said, okay, it's National Rasta Hair Day at work tomorrow. I said, I'm dreading it. And everybody burst out laughing and he went, Then I went, but I still keep my comb, even though I'm thinning. I just can't part with it. And everybody burst out laughing. Then he went, and he decided not to have a go at me because I weren't bullying or anything. He was having a go at me when I was there quiet. I think what it was, mine went down well, and he was dying, and he just decided to pick on me. So next thing you know, he went, round of applause to Darren, well done, Darren, and everybody cheered. Then the actual comedian, he got his own, confidence back, and his set improved vastly after that, But I prefer the old comedians from the 80s, not the blue ones, but the ones who just told one-liners. I always try and tell family-friendly jokes. I never like to put people down, I always like to, people say the dad jokes, really, But,
I used to like Jethro. What do you think about Jethro?
Oh, yeah, he's still going, isn't he?
Yeah, I used to like Jasper Carrot, too.
Oh, yeah, they were good. Jethro, yeah. I remember he said he won an award, the best scarecrow. He said, best scarecrow? He said, yeah, he's outstanding in his field.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of his jokes,
Outstanding in his field.
Yeah. So that's right.
Have you applied for any kind of like TV shows like Come Dine With Me or anything like that?
To be honest, I've signed up for Casting Unicorn now, and I think I sent you the link. They said what happens is, if he's a big director called Decker, he said if people contact him, he sends the video of us being interviewed to the other person, and different videos, and if the other directors like a certain person, he gets like a finder's fee, but to give us our details to the other producer. But I was just cracking loads of jokes through being interviewed, and it was one after another. And he just said, I can see why you've got on so many shows. So I think I do stand-up comedy, but I think I know loads of jokes just off the top of my head, as comebacks. So I think that's what's doing it. Like when the Manchester Evening News interviewed us a couple of times, they put us in a paper, they put Plumber with a talent for one-liners, tries his luck on Blind Date. And Manchester Evening News interviewed us for Ninja Warrior, just said a plumber, the TV producers can't get enough of his one-liners. So I think that's what's doing it. Like when I'm being interviewed, I'm just telling loads of jokes. Like they said, God, you can talk. I said, yeah, I can talk that much. I have to put suntan lotion on my tongue when I go on holiday.
When you're not doing comedian, when you're not like doing comedy and things like that, and one-liners and stuff like that, you're actually a plumber. And when you go out, I think I've asked you this question before, but when you go out into your kind of like, wherever you go, and you're doing plumbing and everything, do you kind of like tell jokes to your?
Well, to be honest, you've got not at first. You got a sense of the environment, because obviously you can go into an house where you don't know what's happened to somebody, do you? You could get there, they might have had family issues, and last thing they want is me going in. Did I tell you that one? They think just get the job done. But obviously, you know how things go, and you can tell how things are. Like come back, like you'll just say, "Morning, how are you keeping?" And if people are a bit pleasant, and you're swapping pleasantries, then if you can slide a joke in. But I don't go sliding jokes in straight off. Obviously you need to assess the situation. For all I know, the bloody bloke's sister could have just died or something, and here's me cracking jokes. So obviously you've got to assess the situation first. But the good thing is sometimes I've worked in houses quite a few times over the years, and you do meet some nice people, genuine people, but you meet some characters as well. This is true story. Just before lockdown last year, I knocked on a door and a woman said, "Do you mind not knocking? My cat's sleeping." So I'm thinking, isn't that cat? True story. I have to say true story because
no, come on. Oh, you want me out?
Honestly, this is a true story. It was in Bramhall in Stockport. True story. I went in the morning at 11:30. She weren't in. I rang a landline, rang a mobile, which we meant to do. Then I carded it because she didn't answer either phone, didn't answer the door. So I went to a job in the afternoon, and all it was to fit a shower holder riser, for the shower head, which moves up and down on the rail. It broke, so it's nothing big. But I rang work. They said, "You've run out of jobs. Can you go back and fit that?" Where she wasn't in, she's rang back up. So I said, "Right, no problem." I said, "The only problem is I only have one in my van." So they said, "Well, it may have been wrote down wrong. It might be a shower head, shower hose." Anyway, so I said, "Right, okay, I've got nothing else to do. I've run out of work." So I went back and knocked on the door, and she come out screaming, going, she said, "Can you?" She said, "My cat's trying to sleep here, and you're waking it up." So it's like, So I said, "But if I don't knock on, you don't know I'm here." She went, "Quiet, you should have been here earlier." So I said, I was here at 11:30. I said, "I rang your landline and rang your mobile." And she went, "That's because I went out." And it's like, but you had a morning appointment. You're saying I should have been here for the morning. So you can't win sometimes. Sometimes you do have to learn to bite your tongue. I suppose that's in all walks of life. At times we have to learn to bite our tongue, don't we? So,
yeah.
But I joked to my mates. I said, my cat, I said, having a sleep. I said, he was probably having a cat nap. But I did actually go through. And then I actually said, oh, no, you need that part. Then I did my best GCSE drama. I said, I've not got it. Oh, no, we'll have to come back another day. And she just erupted. And to be honest, I did have a spare one in the van. But I thought because of her bad attitude, I thought, you know, because obviously people are nice, you do more. Like if I'm in somebody's house to say, I've not rang up about this. But if they say, you are doing this and it's not on a ticket, you're like, no, I can only do what's on a ticket. I suppose it's human nature, isn't it? Yeah, like if people are nice, you know, but obviously the job always comes first, and you know, I always try to do my best every day, and that's the best thing, you know. And it was nice. So a bit ago, I bumped into a bloke in a local shops, and he said, "How are you keeping?" I said, "Well, I've just been doing some jobs at my mum's," and it was only a bloke whose house I've worked in a few times over the years. And he said, "Well, you know where I live. If you need an hand, give us a shout. I'll come up and give you an hand." I'd never do that, but it's nice that he actually said it, though, you know. Because I won't do that, you know. But there's nice people out there, is what I'm saying. I think I've worked for the same company since I was 16, so it's virtually 30 years.
30 years, gosh.
30 years, yeah. So I don't know what the future holds, and they've just stupid us to a private firm, though. But so I don't know what the future holds. But I'll keep chipping away with the TV shows. One bloke producer said, I might put you on a dancing show. I said, I've got 2 left feet. I said, when I go on holiday, because I've got 2 left feet, I wear flip-flips. He said, I might put you on a cooking show. I said, but I'm a terrible cook. My last girlfriend said, I can't eat this. It's terrible. So I said, boil your own toast, then. And I'm going to try some acting Friday as well. So one of my mates, he was an actual producer, and he got sacked on his first day of filming, but he left without making a scene.
Guys, where do you get all your jokes? Come on, where do you?
To be honest, I see some on telly, I see some in books, and people tell me them, so it's a bit of a mixture of everywhere. But if you tell me a good joke, I'll normally try and remember it, you know. Like my little niece, she's only 10. She goes, Uncle Darren, when I grow up, I'm going to be a rich comedian and make you and Mummy lots of money. I was like, hurry up. And she said to me, what happens if you lie under a cow? I said, I don't know. She said, you get a pat on the head. So I'm like, lie under a cow, you know. What was that, Chloe, again, you know? But, yeah, so, you know. She's always telling me this one as well. Hey, it tickled you, that one, didn't it? Well, I told him, one of my friends, he's got an Italian round the corner, and he's a nice guy, him and his family, and they're good friends. I said, I'm going to take my nephew and niece in for an ice cream. I said, I'm going to get her the Adamant ice cream. She said, Adamant ice cream? I said, yeah, it's standard vanilla. I got sacked from an ice cream company. Yeah, I couldn't do Sundays.
I can't do.
God.
Because you did Blind Date as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. I had a right laugh with that. But I ended up on that sort of by chance, really. I just got in from a nightclub, and there was advertising a paid link on Facebook. We're looking for contestants. So all I did was put a little skit together saying, I'm single by choice. I said, unfortunately for me, it's the women's choice. I said, I'm a plumber, and being a plumber, being single, I just burst up with my girlfriend. I said, it's overflow. You know, Florence. Yeah. So next thing you know, they sent me automated forms, and I never filled any in. And Monday morning, I got an email at 8 o'clock in the morning, said, Darren, we're at the end of the casting for Blind Date. You must fill the forms in now. Obviously, I can't sit outside somebody's house filling forms in and scanning them and, sending them back. Because there's loads of pages to them, there's about 20 pages. Yeah, so there's, and you have to think about what you put and film a little video. So I just thought, I'll do it one night this week. So he emailed me back, said, tell you what, if you answer these questions, it's like, what job have you got? Have you got any children? Where do you go on holidays? Have you got any unusual talent? All I did was put phone number. All I did was send my phone number back. Then she rings me. And I just had a brief chat. So she just said stuff like, how's the dating going? So I just told a few jokes. I said, well, I did used to date a twin. My friend said, how did you tell them apart? I said, Claire's got blonde hair, blue eyes, stunning figure. I said, and Derek's got a moustache. I just told a few jokes. And she said, Darren, you must do stand-up. She said, because you know about many jokes. You've just told loads. She said, you must do stand-up. I said, I've not got the legs for it. But they're all clean jokes. So she said, what happens if you go on a date and she doesn't like you? I said, that happens anyway. I said, last time somebody said I looked hot, it was 102 outside. I said, the only dates I get these days are PC updates. So next thing you know, she said, I'll ring you on Skype. I'm going to take a chance. We'll go to stage 3. And when she was interviewing me, I was just having a laugh, just cracking loads of jokes. And next thing you know, next day, she said, if you fill in the forms from stage 1, and there's a good chance you're going to be on the show. So I thought, this is just going to be for a police check now, really, because they wouldn't be doing this at last minute. And sure enough, 2 weeks later, they said I'm on the show. But the other 2 contestants thought, who were on my show, they both said that they thought it would have been me who got picked because I was the chattier one out of the 3. Like Paul O'Grady, I was cracking loads of jokes with him. He went, oh, you're giving me an headache. So I said, headache, Paul, that reminds me. He went, oh, he's off again. I said, I went to the chemist. And he went, he really is. I said, I went to the chemist to buy some headache tablets. I said, but Paul, they have no headache tablets because they're pet birds. I said, how can you have no headache tablets because they're pet birds? He said, I don't know. I said, it turns out the parrots eat them all. Yeah. So I had a right laugh. He said, it's lovely to have you here, Darren. I said, well, they almost didn't make it here. I said, I was in court charged with stealing a bag. He said, really? I said, but I was only in court 2 minutes. It was a briefcase. And he made a fuss of us afterwards. Yeah, he did. And right at the end, when the other 2 were stood behind me and we just had the pictures took and everything, and he had the audience behind me, he come up to me and he goes, thanks, Darren, lovely to meet you and I appreciate it. Then he starts walking off and he goes, oh, yeah, and you too as well. So I said to my mate, I said, that's a bit unusual. But the mate said, think about it. If you're cracking jokes, he's not having to work, is he? If you're just whittling away with jokes, like number 2 is a nice guy, but he was just, he wasn't as jokey as me, and number 3 was a bit of a character, but I was just telling joke after joke. Like Paul O'Grady said, come on, you must have had some dates. I said, yeah, my last girlfriend, I upset her. He said, Darren, this year's birthday present must be twice the size of last year's. I said, Paul, guess what I bought her? He said, I don't know. I said, a pair of knickers. Then he went, and then I said, I thought I was doing the right thing. Then I cut it from telly. I said, you see, Paul, she had a knickers stole off a washing line. That's why I bought her some knickers for her birthday. And he went, oh, yeah, I can see where we're coming from now. I said, yeah, but Paul, she said she's not bothered about the knickers going missing, but she does want her 37 pegs back. And he said, and he was just cracking loads of jokes with him, and he just said, oh, I'm going to have to sit down. And he said, who's your ideal woman? So I said, somebody a bit like Melanie Sykes, because she co-hosts it, so I thought I'll have a bit of banter. Plus, I probably would take her for a drink anyway. And she said, Darren, he said, Darren, who's your ideal woman? So I said, Melanie Sykes. He goes, Melanie, do you want to lift home? She goes, no, I bloody don't. And he just saw me like that, just like shaking my head. But the mate said I made it a right laugh, the episode, and like I say, she said, she was asking questions and I was just having a right laugh. Like she said, I used to be a cat in my past life and I make cat-like noises when I sleep. She goes, question 1, contestant number 1, what animal would you be in a bedroom and what noises would you make when you sleep? So I said, if there's an animal in the bedroom, I said, it'd have to be a horse. And they all went, I said, don't worry, if I'm a horse in a bedroom, I said, there'll be no nagging. I said, the noise won't be too loud to upset the neighbours. I said, but most importantly, I said, I'm looking for a stable relationship. I also said, which was cut, I'd like the relationship to go the distance because I want to be with you for a long time. But they cut that, but yeah, but I had a right laugh, so it was a day to remember. Even though I didn't get picked, I had a good laugh, a good day. Like when I was doing the casting, I said, what happens if you come to London and we don't pick you, for the TV show? I said, listen, just to come down to London is great. I said, I'll enjoy the day. So I said, whatever happens is a bonus. I said, whatever happens, it's a plus point rather than a negative. I said, so it's all steps forward, not a step back. I said, so it's all good if you don't put me on TV. I've not lost anything. In fact, I had a note put through my door the other week. This production company said they wanted to use a house on my road for a BBC production. And next thing you know, I rang the number up. He came round. He said only 3 people have responded out of the 20 houses on my close. And he said, I like the look of your house. But the other 2 houses, he said, look too modern. This is true story, true story. So I think he liked my retro look, old, you know. So you know, it's all the original features, you know. So where everyone else has chopped them out and put all new stuff in, I've still got the original features. That's how I'm wording it anyway. And they just said, yeah, we're going to be filming a show and we'll be in touch. Next thing you know, they cancelled a week last Friday when it was meant to be coming round, but they left a voice message saying we'll be in touch next week. And I've heard nothing off them, so whether they do or they don't. But this happens, as you know, in the TV world, doesn't it? Promises are made and nothing happens. So till it actually is on telly, I don't believe anything now, you know.
Yeah, it's just the coronavirus, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I caught COVID. I don't want to call it. I don't want to catch it again. I'd be calling it the deja flu.
Look, listen. So all this time you've been kind of like casting and everything, and you've been doing everything else. You're still jokey. You know, I've seen you go on Facebook and you kind of like get your jokes out. Really cheers me up. And as I said, I keep nicking them. And
share the wealth.
Because I love getting the glory for it.
True. You're doing well yourself. So, like, you was interviewing Jane Buckle before. I saw her on Naked Attraction the other week.
Yeah.
Thing is, she's going on shows I won't go on. Like, they approached me a few times to go on that Naked Attraction, but I just couldn't go on that. No chance. So imagine me knocking on the door. They're going, there's that good-looking plumber with a big knob. They'd be saying, you know.
I tried going on to Naked Attraction, you know. I
Did
can't
you?
fit in the box.
God. Well, I wanted to lose 2 stone at the start of lockdown, you know. I've just got 6 stone to go.
But trouble is, trouble with you is, like, every time I speak to you or whatever, you're always joking, you're always cheered up. Why are you like that all the time? You come up with jokes.
To be honest, if we're doing, you know, you're doing a podcast, you know, it's better to be cheerful. It's like when you go around to people's houses and try to be cheerful. There's people, I only get back what I get in. You know, if you meet somebody and they put the guard up and are a bit off with you, you're off with them back. Like, there's a bloke at work who's always dead miserable, so I just treat him cool. So it's how you respond. If you can bounce back with somebody, you bounce back. So it's partly down to yourself, Steve. Is my reply.
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks.
Yeah. You know, it's like a mirror. You know, we just. Thing is, what?
Well, what it is because I don't use mirrors. I used a mirror once and it just cracked on me. So.
Oh God.
Yeah.
7 years.
Yeah.
I'll have to think of a joke about a mirror. Not got any at the moment. Mind you, people said, you know, with this COVID, they said barbers shut, beauty salons shut, sunbed shops shut, you know, perfume shops shut. You know, they said, my God, it's getting ugly out there. You know, not the funniest of jokes, but you know.
Listen, before I finish, I'm going to test you.
Come on, man.
Right? I'm going to name a word and you've got to make a joke out of it.
Yeah, I've still got work to do. It's a learning curve, but I'll give it a try. Go on, man.
You ready for it?
I'm ready.
Bird.
Well, like I say, there's a bird telling jokes. There's a chicken who's a comedian. Well, it's a bird, isn't it? Fish. Where do fish keep the money? In a riverbank. Yeah, so not got any about sharks, but I saw a fish with no eyes. Yeah, it was a fish. Not the funniest of jokes, but you know.
Okay, spaghetti.
I wouldn't be able to do that. I'd make a meal of it. Yeah, you're putting too much on the plate.
Okay, knife and fork.
No, not got any jokes about knives and forks. No. Like I say, it's a learning curve. But what I do write jokes down, which I think are really funny. And I do try and remember them because I do think if I'm going to do stand-up comedy, I've got to try and learn jokes as well for comebacks. So I think that's what's doing it, you know. But like I say, it's the beginning of a journey. I'm still on a journey, you know, and let's see where we go.
Yeah, you're quite really good at kind of like telling jokes, a bit of comedian type thing. And the trouble is, when I first met you, I thought I just thought you're fantastic. And then all of a sudden I saw your jokes going on Facebook, and I thought, guys, cheer me up here. I'm going to try that.
Good, good,
I'm
good,
going to try doing that, and I did, and I followed you and done it.
good, good.
And I started getting praise for your jokes. And I remember someone said to me once, "Is that your joke?" And I had to say, "Oh yeah." Then you came on and said, "Really, Steve?"
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, I do, yeah. But
yeah.
it's about cheering people up, though, because I get some people on my feed who I know, all different people from, different parts of where I've met them over the years, like different people like judo instructors, ex-workmates, people who don't know each other. They've said the same, they said it cheers them up. That's what it's about, isn't it,
You've got to cheer people up, haven't you?
Yeah, but I do have a catchphrase. And my little niece now, when she sees me, because she see me on Blind Date and Ninja Warrior do that, like, do you remember Michael Knight used to do it on Knight Rider?
Yeah.
Like that. The two guns, his fingers, So my little niece, when she sees me, she does this first thing she does. She goes, tough crowd, like that. Because, like, I've managed to squeeze it in on TV. That's my catchphrase. So, like, when I'm doing the gig, if you've seen my first ever gig online, like, the tutor, I did a comedy course. They said, the good thing about you, Darren, is, he said, when you perform in comedy, you're enjoying doing it, you're laughing. He said, when you're laughing and you're enjoying it yourself, the crowd takes to you. He said, like, if you're telling jokes and you're laughing and you're smiling, people warm to you and you've got them more on your side. I said, well, I just enjoyed dicking about, really. I said, that's what it is, really, just having a laugh. Like, when I walked on a stage, I went like that, like Tommy Cooper in a wave. And I went, I was worth a try, And sometimes with comedy, like I did a class this week by Tony Cowards, and he's an award-winning joke writer. So I do that with Derby Comedy Club every 2 weeks, try and learn about the mechanics of jokes. And he was talking all about how jokes are formed and everything. And sometimes it's not just your jokes, it's the delivery of your jokes. There's all different types of comedians. Like, some people might tell a joke and be deadpan, but then you've got others who act it out, like ham it up, like to get more laughs.
Yeah.
Like, when I was on stage at one point, I was telling a joke on my first ever gig, and I was pretending to cry. And just as I was crying, I heard somebody go, brilliant, brilliant. So then I didn't realise I was doing it. I just went, like, more, And it got even more laughs. Then I went back to crying again, as if, like, I'm not really crying, but I want a bit more of a laugh, like discreet, like Tommy Cooper used to, like, he's a hero of mine. He was great, wasn't he? Brilliant. Tommy Cooper and Les Dawson. It was the delivery like Tommy Cooper. And, he could, and Ken Dodd could tell jokes which were terrible, but the delivery made it funny. That's what I like, you'd enjoy just watching him. I still watch him now, Tommy Cooper, and, he's on BBC iPlayer, and I was watching him the other day. Lenny Henry was talking about his life for half an hour, and, just classics, how to deliver it, the timing, and like I say, I'm going to do an acting course this Friday, start taking my, it's a 2-year degree course, and I'm going to see where that goes, but it's a journey, as I say. I'm just trying to have a laugh, have a bit of fun, and who knows where we're going to end up, but, it beats me just sitting at home and watching telly, not doing anything. I might as well go out there and have a laugh and try and cheer people up and enjoying the journey myself.
That's it. And you might be able to get, wouldn't you do like a carry-on film, Carry-On Plumber or something?
God, well, I'd like to do stuff like that. Well, you never know this acting, see how it goes. I might take to it, I might not, but I think I'll enjoy it. What I'm going to do.
I reckon you and Jane Bucker would be funny.
Well, she's done a bit of acting. She's put on that she's been in a few films, hasn't she?
She's done loads. Yeah.
Yeah. She said she does a lot for charity, which is good, isn't it?
Yeah, brilliant. Yeah, really good.
Yeah. Well, I like.
Sorry,
I saw her on Naked Attraction.
Did you see the other week when she did the baby one? Baby alien.
I saw her going on about it. Yeah, the baby alien made all the papers.
Yeah, it did.
God.
Yeah.
Mind you, where do the aliens go for a drink?
Where?
At the space bar.
Oh, space bar.
God. Do you know, they didn't know how to get here. Don't have a sat nav, aliens. They have to plan it.
Oh, plan.
But,
Did you see the video of hers where um they had someone made her a video of a spaceship and they beamed her up? Did you see that video?
no. Was that online for the Sun or the Mirror or something?
Well, what it was, it all started off when I was interviewing her, and then someone got over it. Then it just picked it up just like that. Then.
Yeah. Well, there's a Star Wars. I know there's a Star Wars character, and he always used to go the long way round. It was called R2D2.
I will send you the video of it.
All right, I look forward to it. Well, did you hear about Darth Vader as well, talking about space? He had a corrupt brother, didn't he? Darth Vader had a corrupt brother. He was called Taxi Vader. Darth Vader, Taxi Vader.
I didn't know where I got it.
Yeah. But sometimes I find myself doing that, explaining a punchline, and I go, tough crowd, Yeah, but they're all clean. Yeah, they're all clean, my jokes. That's one thing. It's like when I was doing the casting for Ninja Warrior. I said, I've not been doing any training. I've been doing my mother's bungalow up. I said, she wanted a house, but that's another story. Then I said to him, I may have a black belt in judo, but I used to do mud wrestling. I said, but I had to fight dirty. I said, I've got a black belt in judo. I've been trying to get hold of my judo instructor. I said, but my judo instructor, I said, he's a hard man to pin down. I said, I was very sporty at school, though, but I was known for being a nervous javelin thrower. I said, my nickname was Shakespeare. I said, my new nickname at work, I said, it's Mr. Compromise. I said, it's not my first choice, but I can live with it.
Darren,
And the bloke behind the camera was going, brilliant. So I said, cameraman, I said, that reminds me. I said, Kodak have gone into administration. I said, they're waiting till the morning to see what develops. Then I couldn't help it. I was just coming out with one line. I said, my God, it's small in here. I said, it reminds me of that time I got in a bit drunk from the pub. I fell in the broom cupboard, and I was that drunk I started having a fight with a mop. I was that drunk. I said, but I didn't wipe the floor with it. I said, then the brush was late for work in the morning. I said, it overswept. So the bloke behind the camera was like that. Brilliant. So that's why they decided to have me as a minute, telling jokes and stuff before I ran my course. But I never thought they'd make me look terrible at judo, because they actually have trained with national squads and they have won championships and they have got a black belt. But that's the chance you take when you go on telly. You're in their hands. But I still thought it come out really well. I still think it come out as a good edit and a fun edit. All my friends who saw it said it was the funniest one of the episode, because sometimes the other people,
funny, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you had some other people going, like, I do this, I do that, so watch out, where I was just thinking I'll make it a bit of a laugh,
There's a bloke on it. There's a bloke on it dressed up as Superman, and he gets to the first stage, right?
Yeah.
And he goes, I'm Superman, and next minute he falls in the water.
Bloody hell.
Do they have divers? Yeah. Do they have divers in the water?
Yeah, they have first aiders all around the place, yeah. Yeah. So,
what happens if you can't swim?
Well, I think you have to say you can swim. I don't know. To be honest, I got to stage 4 and I realised I'm scared of heights. I never thought I'd get that far. So when I got that far, I actually said to him, which I didn't show you, I said, I'm not doing that. So my mate said it was so funny because they said I was so straight. I just went, that it was so funny because you like that. I said, that's because I was scared. I wasn't even attempting it. But when he actually fell in the water, I thought, oh, it weren't that bad. I thought, God, I should have gone for it. I reckon if I went for it, I would have done the 4th one. But the 5th one, there's no chance because you have to work your way across off these hooks going across. And I would have done it if it was about 9 stone, but I'm 15 stone now. I do weights at home. I've got my home gym. But when I used to do boxing when I was like 14, 16, 19, all the teenage years, I was light as anything, and that's all I did, training, boxing and cycling. And I probably would have done it, but I've got too much weight. There's no way I would have done it. The people who always do well, they've not got as much bulk, Yeah. So, like I say, I weren't there for being fit, so I was just happy that I had a fun day. But, you don't know what's around the corner. When I filmed that show, though, we had a few TV producers had me as friends and on Facebook, and one of them was a Blind 8 producer, and she said she didn't know how she didn't see me before. But it weren't after Blind 8 she had me as a friend. It was after Ninja Warrior. So, I don't know. You don't know. It might lead to something around the corner. And I did a John Bishop show a year last summer. The producers contacted me to go on a couple, another show. It was what was it? It was one of these two shows. It was either the Jamie Redknapp show or as the Peter Crouch show. So I did them during lockdown as well. So all I was doing was like one show was supporting a comedian playing darts against Jamie Redknapp. So that was the Jamie Redknapp show. And the other one is a Peter Crouch show. I just waved in being a plumber, a key working plumber. So he just thought, so this comedian goes, I had a leak, I didn't know what to do. I got to thank Darren. He come round and fixed it. And he went, so I got to thank you. Yeah, it's like darts though. My mate talking about darts, he's got a dart board and he has it on his ceiling. I always feel ill when I go round to his house. I always end up throwing up.
Darren, thanks very much for coming on. I love it when you come on because you make
always a pleasure. Any news on anything for yourself for the future? Didn't you say you had a film in the pipeline? And
we have, yeah. The COVID is soon as everything's cleared up, we're hopefully going back into production and all that. So I'll be
fingers crossed for you.
By the way, so.
Oh, sounds good. Sounds good. I look forward to it.
I haven't forgotten you. Don't worry.
Good. No. I'm just thinking of you, just with yourself. It's all good for the future.
For a minute, there's a lot of plans because we've got a radio station. I've got a radio station now.
Good.
And
is that online? Is it?
Yeah, it's on. Yeah, we're doing it now. You're on radio as well now. So see. So we do radio. Yeah. That's around about. I think it's gone up to about 33,000 something like that.
All right. Can I just say before I go though, I've got my own page, Darren Jo Watson on YouTube, and Darren Jo Watson Dad Jokes on Facebook as well. If anybody wants to follow us or add us, if I like terrible dad jokes, or if they want to see me on Blind Date or Ninja Warrior, it's all on YouTube. Darren Jo Watson.
There you go. Okay, so Darren Jo Watson. Yeah. And for a second, yeah. Well, no, sorry, I'm just reading some questions here. What people are asking.
Oh yeah, go on.
The radio site. Here we go. Got a few questions here for you.
No problem.
What was it like to do Ninja Warrior? Because I want to do that, but I never had the balls to do it.
It was fun. Like I say, not everybody who gets on has to be ultra fit. I think if you just enjoy having a good day, enjoy having a laugh, that's how I went to the casting. And it's for regular people as well. So give it a whirl. You've got nothing to lose. What I did, I had to do a casting at a CrossFit gym in Manchester. It was a Reebok CrossFit gym, and just be yourself. That's the best thing I can advise. Just be yourself, and it'll be more natural then. Just give it a whirl. But there's plenty of Ninja Warrior gyms opening all around the country, every part of the country, because it's becoming very popular. So there's a lot of them opening. So you can always get down to one. I believe there's one in Manchester, one in Nottingham. I believe there's one in Scotland. So there's plenty of others around the country. So I'm going to go to one myself and take my nephew and niece to one when everything opens back up. Yeah.
Richard wants to know if Gladiators came back, would you do Gladiators?
I'd try to. I'd try my best, but I'd have to. I think, like I say, I didn't get on Ninja Warrior for being fit. I got on it for being a character. Even though I've got a black belt in judo, I think with Ninja Warrior it was more set specific. To actually get on the show rather than judo. So there's different strengths to different training regimes. What you're doing, and but I think for Gladiators, you have to be ultra fit. But I'd give it a go. There's nothing to lose, is it?
No. What was it? Russell wants to know if you went on a program called "This Is Your Life." This is your life. Who would you like to be on that show with?
Well, since I'm single, I don't know, a nice, good-looking lady. Somebody like Eureka Johnson could interview me. I'd let her interview me. Yeah.
Okay. What else is it now? If you were on a desert island, name two things that you would take with you.
Well, I'd have to take my sat nav because I'd be lost without it. Yeah. I'd have to take a record. I'd just, one of my favourite records. Oasis, my Oasis album.
Okay, Oasis.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
I know.
Uh-huh.
Right. Okay. What else is it? Oh, Darren, I can see you being on a cookery program. Like can't cook, won't cook.
Yeah. Oh, I'm a terrible cook. My last girlfriend said, Darren, when you're cooking, I want a bit of peace and quiet. I said, I'm such a terrible cook, I best take the batteries out of the smoke alarm. Yeah, I'm not the best of cooks, so, I'd even ruin a pot noodle, Bon appetit.
Russell's back again, and he said, "Why don't you take comedian out? You should be a comedian."
No, I do. I've got my own YouTube channel. He'll see my first ever gig on Darren Jo Watson on YouTube if he sees it. And like I say, I've done 2 sets. I've got 2 sets, and but like I say, I'm at the bottom. But I seem to be having more luck getting on TV shows than doing comedy in the bars and clubs. I think it's just because when they're interviewing me, I'm just firing back with one-liners.
Yeah.
So I think that's what's doing it.
Yeah. Rachel wants to know, have you got a partner in your life, and if so, did she get a word in edgeways?
Yeah. Well, to be honest, like I say, I'm single by choice. Unfortunately, it's a women's choice. I've got bacheloritis. I think of being single that long, you get used to it, don't you? I don't know. I'd like to meet somebody, and I'd like to have children eventually, but I'm 45, so you don't know what's around the corner, so you don't know. I'm meant to be.
So, guys,
I've got a date lined up. I've got a date lined up in a week or so. So see how that goes. You never know. Watch this space. I did a lockdown date though as well last year. But turns out the girl already had a boyfriend. She added me on Facebook as a friend, and and she'd been dating him quite a few months. So she only did the lockdown date to try and further her comedy career. Ooh.
Right. Anybody else? Oh yeah. Bartek wants to know. Have you ever been in any films?
No. But like I say, I'm taking up an acting course this Friday, and I'll give it a go. But there's nothing to lose. One of the actual houses I was working in, he actually recommended this acting coach, and he said he's the same acting coach who got him this bloke on Coronation Street. So I was watching Coronation Street a few months ago at my mum's, and this bloke whose house I worked in, he ended up walking into a kebab shop, being a kebab shop worker on Coronation Street. So the other week I saw him, and I said, I saw you on Coronation Street. I said, I'm thinking about getting into drama. So he said, oh yeah, you need to take up David Johnson's acting classes, the Printworks. He said, he just rang me up and said, I've got the look and the features for this look they're trying to look for Coronation Street. He said, and he got on it through that, and he did about 3 episodes. It didn't lead to anything, but you don't know what's around the corner for this gentleman, do you? So this, so you don't know what's around the corner. I'm going to give it a whirl. But what I'll end up doing, I end up like having a bit of fun over acting and going for it like when I'm doing stand-up comedy. I do ham it up a bit, and get into the emotions. So I think that's my strength with acting. But they do say a lot.
I can see you having a spot on EastEnders.
Oh, I'd like that. Yeah, Ricky.
Ricky's dad.
Well, I could be one of the Mitchells, something. The midget Mitchell, I'd call me because I'm only 5'7". I'd be the mini Mitchell.
Yeah, can you imagine all 3 of you coming back?
We'd be like Russian dolls, wouldn't we? I'd been a little one. Right, Grant. Hey, mind you saying that, one of my friends accused me of not being a true Cockney. Yeah, so I had to throw him down the apple and oranges.
Look, thank you very much for coming on, Dave.
Yeah, it's been a pleasure. It always is.
Thank you very much, mate.
Mind you, I'll leave you one last joke. A mate just said he got sacked from the cat sanctuary. I said, you got sacked? He said, well, I had to leave. They reduced me hours.
Reduced my hours.
Right, it's been a pleasure. Look after yourself.
Take
care.
Dave.
I look forward to our next chat. Take care.
Thanks.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Good night. Bye-bye.
There you go. That was Darren Jo Watson. What a guy. He is so funny. And if it was any bad language in that, I'm really sorry about that. But you can't stop him. Every time I try to, you can't. But anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching tonight. It's been a pleasure. 3 people tonight. Not bad. Really good. All of them was really good. Thank you very much to Warren, Jane, and Darren. And thank you very much. We'll be back tomorrow with more guests. And don't forget, stay safe in the meantime. Don't forget, we got Elizabeth tomorrow, got Liz tomorrow. And everybody loves Liz. So see you tomorrow, guys. God bless. Bye bye.